everybody, and welcome to Dynamic GT League's Formula Murray Championship for race 6 of 9 from the circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, Canada. And as we take a quick look at the standings, we've got Ray with us for commentary. Hope you're feeling a bit better, Ray?
Yeah, I'm a little bit better.
Good. I've had a lump in my throat.
Yeah, what, because I wasn't here?
No, that's what he called it. Actually, you know what? I've been trying to work out why I have had this lump in my throat and a bad chest, and it started. I woke up Thursday morning with it, and I'm wondering if it might have been because I did so much talking on my own on the Wednesday doing the recording. I doubt it, but you never know. Okay, there's the standings, folks. You'll have seen them before. Demon are leading the way, but this is all going to change after today's race, and we're just waiting for Ray's thought of today. So, is this where you go, oh crap, I forgot about that?
Yeah. So, when a blind person is dreaming, can they see it?
That's your best one so far, you know. And if they can see it, what do they see? Because what they would see, they wouldn't know what it looks like.
And I've got a wee interesting fact. Did you know that your phone number pad is flipped from your calculator pad?
I did not know that. SGP showed me something I didn't know today. If you put your thumb next to your first finger, the tip of your thumb reaches your first knuckle. If you then bridge that over your nose, it is the exact same length of the tip of the nose to the bridge of your nose. This way, you try it now and go, bloody hell, it is! Anyway, would you like to take us for a walk down the grid?
Yeah, as we're turning round, see the main grandstand, start finish straight. As we see the number 1, that's Demon R's get the number 1. So Demon R pole position. And then we've got a Mercedes.
A number 63 Mercedes.
That's our new driver. Dobble, not Gobble, Dobble. Then we've got Steve F1, 3rd place. And then 4th we have SGP. 5th place we've got Nelly, he's back racing with us.
And he was kind of caught in traffic.
6th is SRI. And then 7th we've got the IKEA Racing Wi-Fi Jason. And then we have Twilight on 8th. And then 9th we have Formula Gary.
Yep. Now, if we get to speak about it during the race, we have got a big announcement. If not, we will mention it straight away at the end of the race. But let's get ready for the action as we're at 4 lights, 5 lights. Prepare for carnage around the track. We're not raced up before, and away they go. And Demon on nearly sideways into the pit wall. Steve F1's got a great start into the lead. Takes the lead into 1. What a move. Oh, and SGP, I think, is just giving George a little bit of a boost.
3 wide coming up to this first chicane. Are they going to sort themselves out? It looks like it.
Yeah. Whoa!
Somebody's went to paradise.
Yeah, I think that was Formula Gary. Don't know exactly what happened there, but for Steve F1, he was into the lead into turn 1. But by the exit of turn 2, he was back down to 3 and a little squirrely. That is a feature I think we are going to see around this circuit, Ray, because it's very low grip around here. Even with max aeros.
And with the traction kicking, and who's that? That's Nelly.
Yeah, the entrance to, I was going to say Eurotunnel, I shouldn't want to. We'll get to the story at some point, I'm sure. Okay, so one of the reasons that I mentioned that I think there's going to be chaos around this circuit, it is because majority of the drivers haven't driven around a few of the drivers haven't driven around here before, but also look at the skies, Ray. It is grey and dull, which means the temperatures are low, And on a track that doesn't cause much tyre wear, means tyre temperatures could be a problem.
Yeah, definitely. Just try to get the temps up. I wonder what people will be doing. So we might see for the next few laps, a few spinners maybe.
Yeah, quite possibly. Now, on the screen, I should mention as well, yeah. So on the screen, it does say "Get Good" in first place. That is George. The names on the left-hand side, the nicknames at the moment, it should be on the PSN names. So his PSN name is G Dobbo 2018. But yeah, so I mean, we'll call him Dobbo, we'll call him George. We won't call him Get Good because he already is good. Yeah, might call him Gobbo. Okay, who's that? Is that Jason? Yeah, it is, with a little bit of a run on Twilight. Oh, it's a big move.
Yeah, Steve F1, he went from first down to fourth in a lap. He'll be killing himself as Jason a wee bit laggy. We'll see him jump side to side, mostly in the corners, unfortunately. But we did try and get it sorted, and then it was getting. It looked as if it was getting there, and then when we went to race it just took a tumble. Oh!
Whoa!
Was that Twilight turning in the wrong way for a corner?
Well, I only saw Nelly massively sideways. I was looking at the pack cam actually. I thought Twilight was slow for a moment there. So Nelly looking around. I mean, I don't want to sort of harp. Oh, okay. So up at the leaders now. Let's see how they're getting on. A bit of a gap between the two. Oh, Dobbo's gone deep.
Yeah, he's went deep. Lucky not to spin it there on the sausage, and he's touching the grass and the muck there. He's better watch coming into the hairpin. His tyres aren't too dirty. But it looks like Demonar's trying to square up that corner and get a good drive out. See what happens at the end of the straight here.
Yeah, I was going to mention what would be interesting here is sort of what speed they might be able to get up to. It doesn't look actually like Demonar is gaining on George down the straight. Let's see how they get through the final chicane. George is a little bit wide. He may have tagged the barrier. Jason on the pack cam. Very close. Okay, so interesting. Demonar not going for the slipstream there down into one.
Oh, George having he's got dirty tyres. He's sliding about a bit because off before the hairpin and then dirty tyre at the Wall of Champions.
Yeah, and as we've said before, you have one moment, you've got to be very, very careful because you might have a few more. And also, every time anyone enters this corner, if they're behind the car, they will be thinking, God, do a better, go deep, mess it up. Oh, okay, getting very busy behind Steve F1 right now. I'm wondering, you know, if George may be running a skinnier wing than Demonar, because he seems to be quick on the straights, but I think, oh!
Yeah, he's coming for a move.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a late one. I spotted it late. I don't know if you saw that happen. Oh, Dobbo's got deep at the hairpin.
I think you just outbroke yourself. Okay,
let's see what speed Dobbo gets up to here. We can compare that to Demonar with Slipstream at some point. So 109.
Demonar was 999.
With Slipstream, wow. Okay. Dobbo without slipstreams 197, which would suggest to me there is quite a difference in the rear wing level of these two up at the front. So let's see. Yeah, so look how much Demonar has closed up through the corners, and Dobbo's car's wiggling about a little bit there, right?
Yeah, I think I'm siding with you on a skinny rear wing he's got on. He must have went to slim. Took some slim fast before the race.
Oh, but that's just as Kimi Raikkonen would say. Your dad has changed. Okay, so still busy behind Steve F1, but we've talked before about. Whoa! Why is it every time I look at the pack cam, someone spins?
Yes. Coming out there.
Second chicane. Now, interestingly, on the lap guide, I did mention about, it is a spin point. That's all right. I'm not looking inside of Jason. Go on.
Yeah, not able to do it. Jason managing to keep a better speed around that outside. I think SRI would just not wanting to put on the throttle too early and end up spinning, but he's got to run down the back straight. Oh, he's tucked down.
Oh, Jason's
Wide
got the...
level.
Oh, tag the wall! Oh, and it spins! SRI! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Wow.
Yeah, that's one of the issues with the games. The car in front has the accident, you go into them and then it spins you instead.
Don't
They
you
should have
just
pushed
wish...
him across the fucking road.
Well, I was going to say, don't you just wish it had ghosted him and you'd have driven through him?
Because
That's not...
accident won't happen.
Yeah. I mean, no, you're right. I mean, that is one where, yeah, I mean, yeah. I tell you what, Dobbo, I think, struggled a little bit with the chicane before the hairpin there. And it is very easy to go a little deep into some of these braking zones, as we'll probably see all the way through this race as Jason and Twilight side by side. Oh, Jason, quite a bit of lag there. Gary?
Oh, it's Gary.
Yeah.
Gary hitting the back of Twilight, and then I think that's SRI behind him, giving him a wee tap.
Yeah, so SGP, we've not seen him for a while, third place. He's getting 195 mile an hour on his own down the straight. So I think that's a max win. Steve F1 has actually closed in on him. I'm wondering if SGP's had a bit of a moan or something.
He might have done. And it's bringing Steve F1's bringing the whole pack with him.
Absolutely. Interesting, on the pack cam, it looks like the gap between first and second has grown a bit. Oh wow! Oh wow! Big hit there. Twilight dipping a wheel on the grass and it speared him into the back of Twilight. And SRI was collected in that as well.
Yeah, they pumped into kissing cousins there.
Let's find out if one of us got tonsillitis next week. And I already checked. I haven't got any white spots on my throat, so it's tonsillitis. Also, the last time I had tonsillitis, it progressed into glandular fever and I was ill for months. But I was on the bathroom. And that wasn't from kissing girls or boys. It wasn't from kissing them.
That's
Okay.
by putting your crispy sock in your mouth is never going to put it on.
It was quite funny when I did say to one of Steve's older daughters one day, I said, if you're ever tidying up at home and one of your boyfriend's socks seems a bit crunchy, put it down and leave it alone. So something I was going to mention, because we talked about it a lot over the course of this championship, is dirty air is difficult. And on a circuit like this, where there's not many corners, but there's a lot of straights, dirty air is actually very, very powerful. Which is why I think we're not really seeing a lot of overtakes going on here, because it is so difficult to follow closely and be quick.
Yeah, because under braking you're losing all that front wing. Oh, it's Gary right in the back of Jason. You're losing all that front grip, and then it affects the braking as well, so maybe Gary's get caught out there either by maybe late braking or the dirty air as he misses chicane as well.
Yeah, I think Jason at the moment on his own through there too, but Gary made sure he didn't overtake him, which is fair play to him. Okay, looks like that gap, still a little bit open. SGP's broken away a little bit now from Steve F1. Something we haven't got to do is kind of look at the lap times as Jason Formula Gary bumping uglies down the main back straight. That's not a thing, but it is today. Gary may be a little bit slow through the chicane. Jason could get a run here. But again, it's so difficult to make a move, stick into the first couple of corners. Yeah, I think if it was just a left-hander and then he drove off on a straight, it'd be different. Because it's a left-hander into this right-hander, you don't want to be on a tight line through turn 2, because it just brings too much of a risk of a spin.
Something. Was that Gary?
No, that was Nelly.
No.
I spotted it on the pack cam. Oh, that's Gary. So he's done what Vettel did. Yeah, so Nelly had a bit of a spin there on the curve. So yeah, but that tight line to around 2, you don't want it because the amount of steering angle you need to have on to get around the corner means you can't get on the power. And if you do get on the power, chances are you're going to spin. Okay, if we get a chance, we'll take a look at some of the lap times here. So SGP, fairly consistent in the 20s. He must have had a moment. Lap 6.
21.
Yeah.
0.8. Yeah, 22.
Yeah, and then he's been low 20s. So Steve F1, I reckon, has been sort of consistently around those lap times. He's got Jason on the back of him. As SGP heads to the pits.
To go for an undercut.
He could be.
Everybody else is coming in behind him.
Well, you know, if let's see, I was going to say if Nelly or SRI don't pit, that could have screwed them. Okay, let's look at George's lap times. So
I don't think SRI was any close because he's the last one in the pits. Maybe Gary you were thinking of.
Yeah, well, yeah, Gary and Nelly, if either of those had pitted, then SGP would have come out with no boost. George's lap times were in the 1:19s. Gary in 3rd place. Oh, and he's not gone off as far, which means he's learning. So next time around, Gary, I expect to see you completely backwards going off. But that is that's one way of looking at it, though, isn't it? That, okay, he went off massively on the previous lap. This lap, he's made an adjustment. He's still gone off. He's going to make another adjustment. Okay, for SGP and Steve F1 and Jason, they are going to catch up to the back of Nelly very, very quickly, which means they're not going to get. Yes. So they've got half a lap of boost, which could be equate to about 3 seconds. So is that going to be enough to gain on the leaders? I don't think so.
What would you say would be pit stops? Is this a one stop from lap 10?
I think. Could you get to the end? SGP having a look. You know what? I genuinely do not know.
Steve F1 has lost out in that pit stop.
He has, yeah, he's lost a position to. Oh! Well, he's right behind Jason. And he was ahead of him on the. I'm wondering if he may have got himself. Oh, Gary, yay! He's on the track! Well done. Okay, this is a little bit sketchy now, but that is proof of evolution, shall we say. For SGP, though, it's. I think Steve F1's just tagged the back of Jason, and I think SGP and Gary have had a coming together. This is all getting a bit messy. Nelly's involved as well. They all survived, but now they're all in different positions.
Yeah, Steve F1, he's gone for a move on. Is that Jason or SGP?
It was SGP. Jason's going for the move up the inside. Okay, this is getting feisty now.
How's this going to be down the straight? The boost kicking in and everybody's getting close for the World Champion.
Oh!
Who was that? Was that Jason? Must have braking?
It looked like it may have been the case. It did look like it was Jason's car into the back of Steve F1 there.
It's hard to tell because they're both together, SGP and Jason.
Yeah, if only they had names on their cars. Okay, well, a lot going on here right now. What I would say is, I mean, some people may just look at it and go, look, this is very messy. But, as we've said, when you're in the dirty air in these cars, in this kind of situation, it is very, very difficult. Especially when you're doing down that back straight. You're doing 190 plus miles an hour. Things happen very, very quickly at those speeds. Okay.
Also, there's 5 cars all together. So it's the braking points become greater and greater as you go down that line of cars. And we see that SGP up trying to get up the inside of Gary. It looks so slow coming out of that.
Doesn't it? But I mean, that showed. I mean, SGP's got round that corner perfectly because he's not got sideways. But look at how much it's cost him on that run. He's in a good spot here, though. Unless Gary's going to go. Gary in the pits? Yeah, Gary in the pits. I thought Gary was just missing the corner then. I mean, that's something that may have happened, actually. It's possible, because it can happen around here. If you're behind other cars, and one of them in front of you is going to the pits, you could easily get caught out if you're wanting the corner. But also, the opposite is easily possible as well.
He's on the inside and then goes straight for the pits and takes you with him.
Yep. Okay, so SRI then on the back of Jason now as we go to the leaders. Okay, lap times. Okay, so Demon R is consistently in the 19s. George been 19s, 18s, 19s, 20s and 21s. So not as consistent, but is quick. Okay, let's see how he gets on through chicane. Tyres, how's his tyres looking, Ray?
Oh, they do a pit stop soon.
I didn't see what, excuse me, what Demon R's tyres were like, but once again, it looks like Demon R may be closing this gap down a little bit. I'm going to get the hiccups now.
They must be ready to come in soon. Maybe Demon R's like, I've still got a bit of tyre, let me use it up to get back on him as SRI trying to attack SGP, but he's slow out the chicane. That's going to give Jason a run.
Yeah, that it is. I mean, for the leaders as well, I mean, do they keep going until the lap times drop off? Because I think they've got a big enough gap to pit and come out in first and second.
Well, what they don't want is the tyre wear to get too much and they end up spinning it, so there'll be a psychological battle going on in their helmets.
Psychological warfare, yeah. Now that battle, first and second, is on the Packcam at the moment, as this battle is re-brewing. SRI behind SGP. Okay, here's the lead battle again. No pit stops for George, and Demon R is in. Tyres look good, look okay though, not that different to George. I did just do it's a 120 with, so last lap was a 120. It won't have counted this pit stop lap yet. So let's see where Nelly.
Is he
gone? Yeah. Unfortunate for Nelly there. Okay, so Jason on the back of SRI, up the inside of SRI. Now, SRI's gone deep.
Is he going to give that place to Jason's? Yeah, so he did, because I reckon if he kept that place and he's kind of kept an advantage.
Yeah, you could be absolutely right there. Twilight is closing in on these guys now. Okay, so Demon R is out of the pits through the third chicane, second chicane, sorry, because I don't really call turn 1 and 2 a chicane. There's SRI all over the back of Jason. Jason kind of covers that inside. Difficult corner to make an overtake here because the braking zone is so tricky. I would also say this chicane we're coming up to now. Okay, what is George going to do? Is he going to pit in response?
It's done a 120.
Okay. Well, let's see where he comes out then. Will Demon R get a benefit of the undercut as SGP has gone horribly deep? Jason gets the undercut. Or no, he doesn't. But something to factor in, on a track where the tyre wear is very low, the tyre temperatures are low, it can take a while for the tyres to warm up, a couple of 2 or 3 laps. So Demon R may not get a big undercut, and he hasn't, but what he has got is George ahead of him, who has now got tyres he needs to heat up.
Yeah, and that might be, like you're saying, the less the rubbing of the tyre on the track and the cold temp of the track as well. Maybe we're not going to see many undercuts as SGP is with SRI after his second pit stop.
Yeah.
So SGP's done 2 pit stops.
Yeah, well, I was going to mention that there's your answer as to whether SGP can get to the end. Well, I'm saying that, maybe he could have got to the end. Maybe he's just changed his strategy part way through. Because if he was going to pit sort of lap 10, you wouldn't then really think about pitting 6 laps in 18. I don't think he would have gained anything. I mean, he was in third, wasn't he, when he pitted?
Yeah, he was in third.
Yeah. So now if he was further down, I could understand pitting at 10 and 16. Like, pit, fresh tyres, get some boost, pump some lap times in, and then pit again when others might... Oh, no! Oh, dear. That's the last thing you want to do when you've just made a pit stop. But goes to show about the cold tyres, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Emotional damage!
Put the power on too much.
Yeah.
Coming out that hairpin.
He put the emotional damage too much. Now, when Demon R and George have pitted, they can get to the end because they pretty much pitted bang on sort of halfway through the race, pretty much. Oh, George is wide. Be careful of that. I mean, I think it's interesting, sort of having looked at George's lap times. I mean, he's definitely quick. Consistency could do with fine-tuning a little bit, but he's in his first DGT race. There's a lot of pressure, and he's leading, so there's a lot of pressure. Yeah. Also, if what happens in qualifying happens, where his missus comes and talks to him, he's under even more pressure.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to do a fast lap. She's coming in open shit next to me.
Yeah. Okay, we've got SRI on the back of Formula Gary in 4th place.
Yeah. I don't know if Gary was there or if SRI's at the moment as well, but Jason having a look. Is he going to go for it? No, he's not. SRI kind of defending it. He's lost time to Gary, and we've got Nelly joining the back as well. So we're going to have like the last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5 last 5 cars bunching up to win.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see, Steve F1. Oh, SRI with a little bit of a slide on there. Be a little bit careful into this. Who's that? Gary's gone deep. Oh no. Ooh. That was a little bit tight, that one. Okay, let's see, I wasn't mentioning something, I can't remember what it was. Just give Jason a little bit of a... Oh, George, that's the wall! Oh, no. Oh, and here comes Demon R. Is he going to be able to make a move? George is going to have to be careful here now, though, isn't he, Ray?
Yeah, he's going to be under pressure. He's got dirty tyres from all the dust at the wall area, and the heat cycle going through them as well, because he would have still been spinning them up. He's lucky that it didn't spin him out like we seen SRI.
I think they both just tagged the wall there, you know. But yeah, you're right. I mean, because when Jason hit the wall, he did end up completely sideways, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, now just to mention, Steve F1 has just done a cheeky little pit stop because he's got a big enough gap to 4th place. And before we went on to the leaders there, I was going to mention, Demon R's getting really close, I was going to mention that Steve F1 had broken away from the pack. Okay, Demon R looking. If Demon R has got much higher wing than George here, if it did got the same wing, we'd expect to see him close the gap up down this straight, but I don't think we're going to see that. But is he going to be able to make a move into a braking zone?
Oh, Pat Cam! Just...
Oh, George hit the wall again! Not as bad, sorry, go on.
Nelly just... Is that Nelly or Gary? No, it's Gary. Gary hit Jason into the back end chicane, the very last one.
Okay, that's going to get busy down towards the final chicane on the pack cam. George, as I mentioned, tagged the wall at the Wall of Champions again. He went a little deep at one, but not as bad as last time. And it does get busy on the pack cam. Oh, it's a little bit of chaos, but they all survive. It looks like George's straight line speed is kind of saving him at the moment. Look, the straight line speed and spitting out that dirty air. Oh, he's off again.
He's gonna be. Have to be careful. He might get a penalty. Even that sausage cub could end up spinning him if he hits it wrong. Something's happened on the pack cam. We've got cars slow and everybody try to get through. Jesus Christ! We
Yeah.
need a bigger
Oh, wow. Okay, something's definitely happened there on the back cam. Okay, let's see how George gets on. Okay, so.
They're spinning again. There's people spinning again.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, I don't think we're able to have a replay of that one this week, but yeah, maybe for next week. Okay, so this battle up at the front. You know what? Watching George here reminds me a little bit of watching Connor from a couple of championships ago, where rapid, but a little bit too much on the edge, which then brings in that little sideways moment, the overheating of the tyres. Because we saw when Connor brought his consistency in, like dropped his pace a tiny bit for consistency, because on the pack cam it's getting bum drafting.
Again. Can Demon R do anything into the hairpin? Does he feel he's too far away? Oh, he's went deep, And
Demon R goes through! No, he doesn't!
No, he's hit the wobble. Holy shit.
That is exactly, well, no, I've mentioned it about turn 1, turn 1 and 2 if you're on the tight line. And it's the same for the hairpin, but maybe Demon R got a little bit too eager there. He's oh, you know what?
He's got a run. I think Demon R's got a bit of a run.
Oh, he does. Is he able to make...
Jordan, I think he was a little bit deep there. Oh, he's sideways.
Yeah, sliding. Maybe Demon R's watching the rear end of that car and thinking, there's too much. Yeah, there's too much movement going. He's struggling in the corners. I mean, I don't think Demon R is necessarily close enough to make a move. Yeah, but he's definitely piling the pressure on. What I was going to mention was, as these two were going down the main straight, and George is a little deep again, I saw in the far distance as we were looking down the road, I saw a car. I'm looking at the track map, we have got a couple of, and it'll be those two. I think it was Gary and Twilight.
Yeah. Twilight's 6.
Okay, so it'll be Gary and Nelly that were having those spins, but obviously now they'll have boosts, they should be able to break away. I think Demon R's had a bit of a moment because a gap has now appeared between George and himself. Let's see how they get on through. You know, Demon R's looking a lot more comfortable through that final chicane. Well, actually,
both won. Not seen much of him really. Seen him at the start, and then he's kind of disappeared. He's sitting in 3rd place. We've got SGP, Jason, Twilight, and SRI in quite close proximities. Twilight's gone for a move down inside. Is he going to get it? It's going to be hard because it's going to be so tight on that apex, and then so slow. We can see it.
So go on.
SRI on the back of Twilight because he was in that different line.
Yeah, and if Twilight had stayed on the racing line to the normal line, it'd have had an opportunity because Jason hit the wall of champions. Here comes SRI, tries that tight line, gets a little wobble on, still trying to fight it, may be able to. No, thinks better of it. And I mean, I know some people don't like this particular track. I love it because you can really race around here, but it does teach you that if you're in the Williams, you're probably not going to win. But I was going to say, if it does kind of teach you, I'm just looking at the pack out George through the final chicane, he's okay on this occasion. You can't really go for risky moves up the inside of the corners because just about every corner is followed by a corner going the other way.
Yeah. SRI was in the back of Jason there, but he couldn't do anything about it. Now this is where the slipstream and the boost will come in effect. SJP, these all battling behind them is just kind of giving him a little saving grace.
All three
here comes
wide.
Wyatt.
Oh, I think was that
I'm just going to
invasive?
go and hide in the corner.
Oh dear.
Commentators cursed that there.
Yeah.
Jason's on the bus.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. I'm gonna hope that Twilight was taking evasive there. But yeah, because 3 wide. I mean, he did well in the previous lap to not go too wide, so that's why I'm thinking surely he wouldn't have made it 3 wide at that point intentionally. He got it. Yeah, definitely got that one wrong. Don't know if Jason wanted the pits. Didn't really see it. On the pack cam, that's George through the final corner once again. And then we've got SGP and SRI who can now have a bit of a battle without being attacked from behind for a few moments.
I'm just trying to say, we could just see Steve F1, he just came out the hairpin as these two were going into it, so you still got a bit of a safety margin at the minute.
Yeah, now you see, I was wondering why, well no, how has Steve F1, I was going to say, how has Steve F1 been able to break away from these guys as he did? SGP had to spin, didn't he, on the exit hairpin. SRI's got potentially a good run here, and something we've seen through a bit of the race, and it is a good tactic to do down into turn 1, is to not necessarily follow the slipstream. If you stay out of the slipstream for a bit, you can get a better initial braking because you've got the downforce on the front of the car. Okay, so... Oh, no!
Oh, who's that?
SGP! Oh, no! Uh-oh. Uh-oh!
Oh, no, don't move, don't move!
Oh, dear. To you. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, he's navigated it well so far. Well, at least they put a shitter there in case you haven't. Just back it up. Just back. Oh dear. So didn't see exactly what happened to SGP there. Oh, George! Oh, I thought that was George on the pack cam. It isn't. That was Twilight. We've got George and Demon R on the main screen at the moment. So Twilight had a bit of a moment there on said pack cam. Okay, looks like George is opening the gap up a little bit here. So showing once again that he's got pace, looking a little, I was going to say a little less twitchy, and then it went.
I think when he does the 118s, it kind of overheats his tyres a wee bit, and then it takes him straight up to 119s for a couple of laps. Let's see if we stay on him long enough to see that this is a 119 or a 120, see if he's just overheating the tyres and it's giving him a couple of less slower laps, where he kept it in the 119s, the tyres would be consistent.
Quite possibly. Now, through the chicane before the hairpin, in the background, Demon R tagged the wall, so he's lost quite a bit of time. But again, George he's not looking through that, and look how much time he's lost.
119.6.
I think Demon R may have had actually not a bad lap time there, because he lost a lot of time onto the back straight.
Oh, George, see him Michaeling. His tyres pretty hot. I'm trying to see, he never really touched that apex there, but let's see how he gets into this one. Is he going to get it slowed down?
I think you might be right, but I also think when I think he may have had a moment in the final chicane, and he's tried to make that back up, which is why he's ended up sideways and he's gone deep.
Here comes Demon R. It's Demon R.
I think he has.
He went. It looks slow for Demon R.
You know what? Well, Demon R hit the wall there on the previous lap, so I'm wondering if Demon R has had a bit of a. I mean, maybe these guys are at a point of the race where the tyres are just losing that little bit of grip, and they're having to adjust to that. And let's see how they get on through the final chicane. So on the pack cam, that's Twilight. He's behind Jason and SRI, and George again. Oh, that thing was another tag of the wall, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's just. I think it's just a line. Look, there's the 120. So it's going.
Oh, and it's deep.
Yeah, I think he's pushing it and it's just overheating the tyres.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like that sort of Connor situation, isn't it? And he's deep
Oh,
again. And a wobble. Okay. Well, hold on to your seats, folks. See how they get on. This is quite a tricky track when you are in this kind of battle. Oh, wow!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be another 120.
Now, you see, could this be... Well, I would say as well that this is... His rear end is all over the place because he's on a lesser rear wing. We've not really seen Demon R's rear end doing any of this, have we?
Yeah.
He's deep
Oh,
again.
He's deep again. Demon R try to straighten it up. Is he going to get it? He might have the slipstream down the back straight, but we know, well, we think George has got a skinny wing. All the information we're getting from his car is showing that he's got a skinnier wing.
Let's see how he gets on through here. This is where Demon R's been struggling. He's in the wall again.
Oh, Jesus Christ, George, come on. Is it the nerves coming in there? A 125, so he's went even more slow.
Yeah.
Just need to compose himself a wee bit. Piling on the pressure. So he'll be hitting that accelerator that half a second earlier, and it's just taking him offline. And
I think it's not making him faster, is it? He's trying to go faster, and it's making him slower. But I think you are right. It's on the pack cam. It's getting busy. I do think it is the nerves because we've seen it so many times with many different people. That yeah, it can happen. Okay, this is what a hell of a battle going on down the pack cam. Sorry, was on the pack cam down the main straight. SRI makes the move on Jason, or does he?
No, Jason making the move on SRI. SRI was fourth.
Okay, and SGP tried sticking his nose in there as well. Nearly got that done. SRI goes defensive. That'll compromise his exit. And it is into the barrier.
Yeah, doing well not to have contact through the chicanes. As we come back. Coming back to the leaders. Jason.
Okay, so George tagged the wall again, and I'm not mentioning it because, like, sort of claiming any kind of any unfair driving. Not at all. It's 100% down to pushing and the stress and the nerves of being in this situation. First league race, leading the race.
Certainly, it's the last lap of the race, and his nerves are going to be shot.
Absolutely. Okay, so coming into some tricky corners, and he's got to be careful here. Don't get too much throttle on. Don't get too much sideways. Don't go! Oh my goodness me!
What happened
there? Emotional damage. Wow.
SRI's
in the barrier.
What?
Okay, there's a lot happened in the last few moments. Gary is no longer on the racetrack. I believe his car has given up the ghost. It was Twilight's car that, has made all of us pretty much need that Portaloo. And it's kind of helped George. It hasn't helped George, but in the terms of the battle between himself and Demon Arch created a gap, and on the pack gap, it's going mental. But George is going to cross the line in a few moments to take his first victory in his debut race. Well done to him. Demon Arch second. What we got going on elsewhere, Ray?
Steve F1 third place, SGP fourth place with Jason and Nelly behind him. Nelly trying to stay out the slipstream, maybe get that braking down, and then SRI in the background there.
Okay, so Steve F1 is headed into the final chicane now. Is Jason going to be able to do? No, is Jason going to be able to do anything about SGP? I would doubt it. Here comes Steve F1 then. That battle is on the pack cam now. Steve F1 third place. Jason's gone for it, but he's gone straight on. Oh dear, oh dear. And let's see, he hasn't held on to the position. He's done well there to back it off. Crosses the line. Did I think Nelly was ahead of Gary? Well, he was, because Gary was disconnected. So it was SRI. Wow, what a race. And we'll get on to that in a moment. Because kind of hinted early on that there is an announcement that we need to put out to the drivers, so we're going to do that now. If you haven't already received it, drivers, you will receive notification that for this the next race on Monday at Watkins Glen, the admins are taking some very proactive, drastic action in terms of driver numbers. Okay. Recently, we've had, I wouldn't say issues, but we've had a few races where the driver numbers have been too low. And it can happen sometimes, but also we have had SGP, SRI, Steve F1, and a few others doing lobbies, trying to find new drivers. That's one of the ways we've found George, although George has driven with us in practice sessions 5 years ago, would you believe? Yeah, 5 years ago, 2021. But they're also
there's
another new driver.
Yeah, I need to add them to the chat.
Yeah. So
look.
So there's another new driver we've got ready to come on the grid, but the announcement is, So the announcement is that for the next race at Watkins Glen, normally we would say if by midnight the day before we know we're going to have less than 10 drivers on the grid, we would postpone the race. This time what we're going to do is, if before we open the lobby at 7 PM we know there's going to be less drivers than 10, did you say we'd postpone the race? I think that, have I got that right? Yeah, we'd postpone the race, and instead of doing a race, doing the practice and the race, what we would do is at 7 o'clock we would open a lobby to find new drivers, and what we would want all of the drivers who would be attending that day's race to join us in the lobby for those driver search races. So that would be, if we know before 7 PM that we are going to have less than 10 drivers, then when it comes to 7 PM we're going to open up a lobby to do 10-minute races in Group 3s, Group 4s, to find drivers. Not for that night's race though, just to mention. So, and we'll do that from say 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, right? And hopefully we will be able to find some drivers that we can incorporate, bring into Thursday's practice to potentially be on the grid for the next week. However, go on.
Yeah, we're kind of going to try and, as long as the person's right, do a more streamline of racing them in an open lobby to getting them on the grid, as long as it's the right person.
Right. Yeah, we're not going to fast track someone that we don't think should be on the grid, not at all. But this Luke that SGP and SRI been driving with, it's not just how they're driving, it's how they conduct themselves. And from what I've heard, I mean, I haven't had a chance to drive with him, but from what I've heard, I'm more than happy for him to join because of the conversation, the discussions, the questions that he'd been asking and things like that. Okay, so that is if before 7 PM on Monday we know there's going to be less than 10 drivers, we want the drivers that we're going to make that race to join us in the lobby for looking for new drivers. A couple of reasons we want you to join us, right, is because we want you to help us find new drivers, right? And it definitely helps us the more of us that there are. But anyway, if by 7 PM on Monday we are not aware that there is going to be less than 10 drivers, so as far as we know, we're good to go. But when we get to 8 o'clock, there's less than 10 drivers. At that point, we will go, right, the race is now postponed until next week, and now we will open a lobby to find drivers, and we'll do that from 8 till 9, and if the admins are able to continue on, and anyone else who wants to stay on with us doing it can do so. And the whole idea of this is, if we proactively take this action on this particular race event in the way we are, we could potentially fix the low numbers problem before we actually do our next league race. Now, if we get to Monday and we have 10 or more drivers, fantastic. We are still going to be proactively opening lobbies on other days to try and get a couple more drivers. And if you're able to join us for that, please do, because again, it does help. And also, we can have a bit more of a laugh in those lobbies. Like it's a bit more relaxed, isn't it? It's not like, I mean, let's put it this way. Dobbo and Demon R have had a cracking race here, but I bet they weren't relaxed at any point through it.
Nope, their bums were twitching like hell.
SGP's had an absolutely fantastic race as well, but his bum was twitching right in front of that porta potty. So yeah, if you get a chance to, even if it's only for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, it doesn't, just get up if you can. But what I would say is, if we do have to postpone the next race, if you are online with us, or I mean, some of the drivers they might pop on at like 10 to 8. Well, if we know before 7 o'clock that we're going to postpone the race, please still pop on at 10 to 8 and come and join us for half an hour. Join us for the time you would have spent anyway, and be in the lobbies with us and just have a laugh and help us in the search for drivers.
You know what we do? We don't announce it's postponed until after it.
Well, yeah, that is true. That is true. I mean, you know what?
I'll keep it minty fresh.
Yeah. Well, interesting. I mean, we could easily. I mean, the drivers won't know, but the admins just before this particular race, we're in discussions about a number of different things. But one thing that we've always said is, if we haven't announced a situation or a proposed resolution to a situation, we won't take any action. It doesn't mean we're not trying to find a fix. It just means that, so like, not this race, last week's race where obviously we had very low numbers. It would have been very easy to sit there and go, okay, well, let's just postpone this race to the next week. But that's not how we've been doing things. That's not how the drivers know how things should be done, if you know what I mean. So we kind of have to stick to our own word. And for me, there's plenty of them. Right, I'm taking a break for a minute, Ray. You can waffle on now. I think I've covered everything. Oh, just one more thing.
What?
I was joking. Columbo.
What?
I was joking. It's what Columbo says, isn't it? He says, I'm done, I'm finished. And then he goes, leaves, and then pops his back in and goes, just one more thing. Also, it's what our dad does. You say goodbye, everything, and then he's like, oh, just one more thing before you go.
Yeah, that's a pain in the arse, isn't it? When you're trying to get away and then...
what are you doing trying to get away from my dad?
No, you're going to go leave, but then the conversation, you're like, right, bye, and then something else comes on, you start talking about something else, and it's like half an hour later, you're like, we're gonna go now.
Yeah.
My wife does that a lot. Like, I'm like, we should have been leaving about half an hour ago.
Yeah.
What not?
What's worse though, that or SGP going, oh George, by the way.
Yeah, and then leaving
and then leaving the chat, and getting a message off George going, did you say something? You'll learn, George. Okay, so go on, you were going to mention something.
Yeah, he will learn, because we still learn from time to time.
Yeah, he does it every bloody time, but yeah, it still catches now and again. Okay, I think we should let's crack on with the confirmed race result. so, yeah. I mean, for me, I'd just say Dobbo, very, very well done. I mean, turns up, takes the win. Can't complain with that.
Yeah, and is this you know how like Demon R, Steve F1 and SGP are used to be in the most top three. I think they're the ones that've got the most stars within our league.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be feeling a wee little bit butthurt. This guy coming in and just going, I'm taking, I'm taking your wins.
Maybe.
Wonder what our pal's gonna think.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, maybe, but maybe they also think, okay, it's another one for me to race against.
I need to buckle up my ideas. I need to watch him. I need to learn what he's doing, where he's doing it. Doesn't help that he's on a fucking pad. Jesus
Is what?
Christ, on a pad.
Is he?
Yeah, he drives with a pad.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay. I mean, are you trying to say that there's a benefit?
Oh, everybody knows there's a benefit on a pad on GT7.
Huh?
Even GT7 know it.
It's probably one of the only things they've ever actually confirmed. I mean, no, to be fair, George himself has said, like, he knows being on a pad is an advantage. But, I mean, it doesn't matter what equipment you use, you've got to cope with the situation as well. And, I mean, so I know.
You know what's going to happen next race? Rich and Jimmy, the using pad, are going to go, what the fuck are we doing wrong?
Yep. Yeah, quite possibly. But George is very good using the equipment that he's got, according to his missus. So, no, I was going to mention. What's it? Yeah, so in all of the lobbies we've done recently, where Dobbo has been in said lobbies, he's not had a battle with Demon R apart from once for half a lap through corners he was not expecting to be able to go side by side without contact. So he only had a little glimpse of battling with Demon R, because Demon R in those lobbies has been shocking. So for Dobbo here today, this was his first battle with Demon R. And if Demon R wasn't on the track today, could Steve F1 have kept up with Dobbo? Maybe, quite possibly. But if he hadn't been able to do the sort of 118s, 119s pace, Dobbo would have ran away with it. Now, if Dobbo wasn't there, would Demon R have been doing the pace he was doing? Maybe not. You never know.
See, I said this we're in an open lobby, and I said it was to Dobbo, because I was in front of him for a bit, or a couple of laps, or maybe half a lap, I don't know. And I was like, I don't like getting chased. I like to be the hunter, because then you learn kind of stuff from other people. Like you see where they're braking, where they're turning in, where they're not, and I put my hands up. I'm not the greatest fucking driver out there, but I'm happy to watch and learn and still fuck it up. But
yeah,
you know.
I'm saying I'm quite happy to follow someone, pressure them, work out where I hopefully have an advantage, work out where they have an advantage, work out where I may be able to set something up. I mean, yeah.
That's a question. Do you like to be the hunter, or do you like to be the prey? Answer in the comments.
Be very careful with what words you use around hunter and prey, though. Okay, so let's crack on and go through the race result here then, Ray. So yeah, well done. Oh, hang on a minute. Demon R and Steve F1 are the wrong way round on this picture.
Yep.
Yep. Right.
Who else is SRI's in the wrong place as well?
He's not, is he?
Yeah. He was 4th.
What's he balls? What's he balls? I know that wasn't. I'm double checking now. No, yeah, he definitely wasn't. Okay. Right. Okay. So yeah, I will edit the picture.
It's confirmed champion standing's going to be wrong as well.
Maybe. Rich Blues is leading the championship now. Edit. You know, it's because I was. Yeah, rushing.
So how many races left? 6, 7, 8,
3
9,
after this one.
3?
Would you like to go through this confirmed, semi-confirmed race result while I just make a note to edit?
You want me to go through it, so then you have to edit it, and then you're going to voice over.
No. It's just the image. I'll put the correct image in, so it goes Dobbo, Demon R, Steve F1. The rest is correct. So you know what to do.
Alright, so first place Dobbo and 20 points. Second place, not Steve F1 as it says, Demon R. 17 points, second place with a great battle with Dobbo. Just couldn't get the overtake done. Third place Steve F1, sorry, with 15 points. He went from first to fourth in a corner or two. And then SGP had a moment and gifted him third place. SGP fourth place, he had an up and down race. He had a spin, he was stuck behind SRI for a wee bit. So fourth place, 13 points. Jason, he was all over the freaking place. IKEA Wi-Fi. Fifth place with 12. Now he was up and down battles. People gave him extra room as well. Hopefully Jason can get down to find the issue that's causing him recently, because it's been a while since he's really had lag like that. So it doesn't help that they've had like 3 foot of snow or something recently.
Yeah.
So hopefully Jason can get that sorted and we don't have to wait till 8:30 to start the race. Nah, I'm only kidding, Jason. Don't you worry.
Well, worry, get your blood. Get your blood. I mean, yeah, I think it's got to be the snow.
6th place is Nelly. Well, Neil B75 with 11 points.
Hang on, it's not Neil, it's Le Neil. Le Neil.
Neil, was that one the bull? 75. Well, we never got to the story why he wasn't there last week, but I don't.
Maybe
know
we shouldn't go into that, yeah.
Yeah,
but the thing is, actually, Nelly's PSN name could be Anyone Love Balls 75.
Is that his age?
It could be. Oh, dear.
6th place with 11 points. We've seen him in the battles. These all. That I'm saying we're all in a battle for 4th place, so we're all behind SGP or whoever else was in 4th place. 7th place SRI with 10 points. Didn't make practice, well, he'd been all week, hadn't he? Didn't make practice, and I think it bloody showed as well. But yeah, they had great battles. 8th place Twilight with 9 points. He was up and down, wasn't he? He was up and
up, down, and sideways on the last lap.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I told the cameraman to go on the leaders on in-car view when Twilight was parked at the side of the road. We didn't see that, did we?
No.
Or did I? Yeah.
Maybe you thought you'd said it, but they're saying maybe you didn't hear you.
I'm going to have worked with that cameraman because I went on that when we were doing the video and I bloody shook myself. I needed that water cable. And ninth place, Farmer Gary, he was having good race.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunately, whatever happened, I think he lost connection and then he did come straight back, but he did say that his internet provider in the area was having issues.
Yeah, that was. He
So
said that before the race, didn't he?
yeah, so that's unfortunate for Gary. I feel sorry because I think he deserves like a point or two, but due to the rules, fuck you.
Okay. No, I was about to say when I was filling the picture, I was thinking it feels so bad putting a DNF here, but yeah, it's the rules. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, so it's made me think of that song. Fuck you. Anyway, but yeah, I do feel for Gary there.
And then like we have what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drivers away. I think 2 seats are filled, so
I mean, we knew
5 drivers away.
we knew that Art Powell. We knew before Monday, before race day, we knew Art Powell was going to be away. We knew
He
Rich.
was better off not being away.
Well, yeah, he's victim of a pothole. That
In
now,
Scotland.
yeah, in Scotland, which now means that his older brothers get to go on a little 11-hour round journey drive to Scotland to pick up his car and hopefully not hit a pothole. I'm so that's my kind of luck. That I'll be driving his car. That's my kind of luck.
You're gonna hit a pothole coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's get on to the Confirmed Championship standings. Then I'll whiz through these. Right, Demon R leading the way still, 106 points. He's opened that gap up to Steve F1 from 9 points to 11. SGP has jumped above Art Pal, but it's not hard because Art Pal's been down in a pothole. But at least he has got a 69. SRI 5th place on at 68 points, only one behind Art Pal, and then Jason is 6th place. I think I said SRI is 6th place. I meant 5th place if I did. Jason is 6th place, 58 points. Only 3 ahead of anyone Love Balls on 55 points. In 8th place is Twilight, 52 points. So still a close battle there. 9th place, formerly Gary on 41 points. Jimmy in 10th place on 21 points. And after his debut victory at Dobbo, 11th place on 20 points. Rich Blues drops down to 6th place with Conrad dropping. No, I said 6th place again. I did say 6th place, didn't I?
Yeah.
Apologies, folks. It's been a very long day, and I haven't had a non-social drink in over a month. Don't ask me how many social drinks I've had. Oh, maybe that's I had 1 pint today. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, Rich Blues is 12th place.
Fucking pissed.
Yeah, 12th place, 16 points. Hey, you say that, you should ask SGP what he was doing Valentine's afternoon after his taking the wife out for dinner. Had 2 pints, fell asleep. There's Conrad 13th place on 7 points. As we mentioned, we've got new driver Luke, who wasn't able to join us for this race, but should hopefully be with us in the next race. And we've got so 2 seats to fill, but also we are aware that Conrad is not going to be racing anymore. So we've got 3 seats that we are hopefully going to try and fill. Okay, go on.
Do you know that 69 really suits Art Pal at this minute? Because his front end get dance and his back end.
Yeah, you know, it's bad enough getting a puncture from a pothole, but it broke a part of his front suspension, didn't puncture the tyre, but punctured his rear tyre, so it was not just one corner. He got a very painful 69. Okay, so shall we get ready to talk about the next track, which I haven't done a lap guide 4 yet because I haven't had the time, and unfortunately I may not get the time to do it until the weekend, but I will try and get one done. A couple of things I do want to mention before we get going around here. We did do a few laps around here the other day to work out the tyre wear. The temperature around this circuit can be considerably higher than other circuits. Also, the front left here takes an absolute pasting, while the rest of the tyres actually aren't too bad. But if your front left tyre goes red, you're done. Now, at every track so far, we have said pretty much you are better off with max aeros. At this circuit, that is not the case. At this circuit, you are actually better off with standard aeros. It does give a better turn in, and the rear is very stable with that, given the track temperature and the air temperature and the tyre temperatures. So don't worry about trying to go max aeros here. It won't benefit you. I wouldn't try going less than standard aeros. But yeah. Anything you want to mention before we fly around the track, Ray?
Just be careful at the chicane, and I'll let you know when we get there.
Okay. Right, let's get ready then for a little fly around Watkins Glen. 3, 2, 1, let's fly.
Okay, we're flying down into turn 1. Braking point, I think, is about the 100-metre mark or just
No,
before.
It's not 100-metre marker board. They're not 100 metres, but it's
Oh,
about the 300 board. But around here, it's not meters.
Is it yards?
I think it's yards. Yards or feet, but yeah. So for turn 1, 300 allows you to get on the apex curb.
And watch you don't go too wide because you will get a penalty. But you can use the curb for a certain distance. But as we look over into looks like car parking area type thing, yep. As we can see, the car's parked on the grass here.
The drone pilot was looking for a go-kart track.
As we come flying up, and we're stopping at 600.
This is a good point, actually. Yeah, so that 600 to 500, that's not 100 meters.
Feet.
Yeah.
And here, you don't want to pile in here because watch the curbs because it can bounce you for here where you'll go out wide. And it will push you wide here coming round this long right-hander, which is going to damage the front left tyre.
Yeah, tyre killer, isn't it?
Yeah, and then we're coming down here. What brake about that stank that you've seen? And turn in. Some people take an early apex, some people take a late apex. I nearly done the same thing with my hand. And we're going to look at that. How did I know there's going to be a rock formation with a pipe on it?
Right.
Here, it's kind of like apex for here as well.
Yeah.
And you've got to watch you don't drift too wide or else you will spin on the grass here.
The last corner, that corner, the last two corners in this one coming up, this is where the aeros really work better. So you do third gear, second gear, and third gear.
Okay, I don't know that.
Yep.
And you could have just continued on talking.
I could have done, but
off. You got to watch this one because this is a tricky one. Either you can get sent out wide or you could spin it.
Yeah.
It's a weird corner. I don't know why. I just find it difficult. This one, I think there might be just a bit of a lift to go round. Sorry, I can't give you much more details because I wasn't really watching what I was doing.
Yeah.
And third gear round here, you said, yeah?
Yes. Yeah. No, actually, no. Fourth gear. I mean, this is the thing. When we did the laps to sort of work on the tyre wear, I know good point. So I know for me, actually me, SGP and Steve F1, we all put max aeros on. and we struggled through through a few of the corners. So those corners where I mentioned, through hit like third gear, second gear, third gear, with max aeros, I was struggling to get into the corners in second, and the penultimate corner, I was having to lift off, drop it to fourth, and kind of hover it through the corner. When they changed the aeros to 1200, 1600, so a standard, all of a sudden the front end, it had the better grip. So turn one was a lot easier, and through the long right hander, I was able to use less steering input, so it saves the tyre a tiny little bit. But then when it came to that left hander, I was able to just cruise around it nicely in third and actually be on the power quite early. And then the next corner, again, second gear, it turns in quite nice. You might be able to take it in third if you're confident enough. And then the next gear, corner, on the max aeros, like second gear, and it was still sort of understeering wide. But with the different aeros, it worked a lot better. But the biggest change was the last two corners. So the penultimate went from having to drop it from fifth to fourth, maybe even a dab of brake, to fifth gear very nearly flat out. It is very difficult though. So a nice little lift and it flies around the corner. And then the final corner, it is fourth gear, so drop it down to fourth, but it'll do it. And if you get your entry a little wrong, you can knock it to third. So that's the benefit of the aeros at this particular track. But again, because we've not done loads of laps around that, it's not easy to know a lot of those bits of information. What I do want to talk about quickly though, as you touched on, was the bus stop chicane. It's definitely not flat out all the way through it. Let's put it that way. You may be able to go through it quicker than you expect. Oh, excuse me. But what I would say is, if you're not able to have contact with the first three apex curbs, you're probably not going to make the corner properly. If you can't be on the third apex curb, you're going to go off, I would guess. So if you go in too fast, hit the first one, second one, can't get the third one, you're going off the track. So, yeah. Anything else to add?
You know what of that?
Well,
Dad?
anything else to add?
Oh, Dad? I thought you said Dad. I was like, what the fuck?
Just one more thing.
I was waiting for you to disconnect.
Oh.
I'm not talking.
No. Right, go on, you were going to say something.
Yeah, just I think it'll be good going forward from now on. The admins have had a chat and we're going to try and get the drivers in. Well, we've got two drivers within a week or two.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 weeks. No, it was a week because SGP done, the lobby's done.
Yeah.
So hopefully get a couple more. Let me see, more fuller grids and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. Right, okay, I think it's about time we wrap this one up, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Right, well, thank you very much for joining us on commentary.
No, thank you for having me. Admins putting the work out there, the drivers joining the races.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if followers watching the videos.
You're brave. Okay, so yeah, you know what to do. Smash that like, hit that notifications bell, subscribe, get in touch if you want to. Yeah, other than that, just one more thing. Have a good one, everybody, and we'll see you all again soon.
Ta-da!